Man, it's your boy FREEZ, and I'm back at you again. But this time I'm not back on no bullshit. I'm back on some real shit. You know what I'm saying? We not on no fuck shit. This ain't about no big eyes, no little U's, no pointing no fingers, no guilty until proven innocent. This is all about innocent until proven guilty. And one thing we want to do here is use our platform to give everybody an opportunity to know the facts. So that being said, welcome, you know what I'm saying, the original Playboi. And
I appreciate you having me on, for real. I want to clarify some things, you know. I want to give you an opportunity to ask me whatever questions you need. I'm here to stand and grab my balls like a man and let everybody know what it really is. Because I've heard so many lies, you know, fake book, you know how it is. Somebody will say something, and then it's a game of telephone, goes through 30 different people, and by the time it comes back to me, it's so washed and lied through and distressed that I'm here to clear the smoke. And I'm not doing this for no clout. I don't give a fuck about the music game. I'm successful. I'm here to do this to clear the smoke. That's what I'm here for, and I appreciate you giving me the platform.
Right on. Let's start from the beginning then.
Okay,
Let's start from the beginning. How did this shit all start?
So late 2016, I had just got off tour. I was posting everywhere where I was flying, everywhere I was going. While on tour, I bumped into someone on the airplane, right? Who became, and I'm not gonna say any names, but who became who I would get my trees from legally, okay? I had my card and everything. So, and he'd always tell me how he had this business as a grower, cultivating 4 different dispensaries. So I was like, okay, cool. I heard it for about 2 years. I got off tour, it was late 2016, and I needed to invest some money, period, point blank. So I brought in, I had my own team, like WMP, you know, and 4 other people that were with me, plus my ex-wife. And I went in and I invested in a company, in what I thought was a legal cultivation site that I know has been owned and operated for years. So I invest some money into it, and we open a site number 2. Then we open a site number 3, right? So everything's going good. All the things that I thought would have been illegal, I went to the owner, and I'm not gonna say any names again, but I went to the owner of the company that I kept bumping into on the airplane that brought me into it, who, by the way, hired his entire family. He had 8 people working for him. They were a best friend's father, and all his family, ex-wife, daughter, you know what I mean? So we're thinking, this is really legit, you know what I mean? This is gonna be a good thing. So my ex-wife at the time was a nurse, right? And her mom's a lawyer does family court. So of course she's grilling me like, this is legal, right? This is legal. Every question she had, every question I had, and I'm talking, they went all the way down to give us a walkthrough to show us bars were on the window, security cameras within 10 feet, double locking doors, patients are posted with their card, with their matching ID, within 10 feet from the entrance. I mean, everything was looking like a real business, you know what I mean? So I invest, I bring on some people, and about 3 months in, I'm noticing we're supposed to be cropping like 15 to 18 pounds per room, right? So I'm noticing that when it comes down time to cut down and dry, there's like 7 elbows. And my side of the staff that I brought on was like, what the fuck? Does this mean we get less pay? Well, obviously, because if we don't produce, there's less pay. So everybody's mad. Well, about 2 months more goes by, so about 5 months in, we're getting ready to have our second crop. And the head boss that ran the company and his guy that I met, you know, together, gets arrested by an undercover in Chandler for selling to someone that didn't have a card that rolled on him, okay? So I get the call from the head dude, and he's like, so-and-so got arrested, they're raiding Emerson, the first spot, and they're raiding his apartment with his wife and kids. And I'm like, raiding? This is supposed to be a legal business. How are they raiding? I got my ex-wife listening to the convo, tripping out, yelling and screaming at me. So I said, I'll call you back. Now, mind you, I've met with the two top guys, lawyer, went over all my concerns with him. So now I have all the knowledge that I can tell our mutual friend that you interviewed on here, who I love, that's my brother, and my staff members what's going on, right? So about a week later, boys hit number 2 in Arcadia, okay? Which again, we thought was legal. We thought, okay, he got busted selling to someone that didn't have a card, so that's why they hit that spot. They're not gonna take our spots, we're thinking, right? So number 2 gets hit. The head dude happened not to be there when it happened. So he leaves. And this is all documented. Everything I'm saying is word for word. And I've got the paperwork. I sent it to you. I've sent it to hundreds of people. And I can prove all this.
And for everybody, as he's telling you this story, I've read a lot of this in the paperwork already. So a lot of the paperwork we're going to post in the video that he allows us to post. Some of the stuff, some of this is still an ongoing
I'm still
case.
Fighting for my life right now. So
yeah, we can't put everything out, but the stuff that we are allowed to put out, we will put it out.
So
let's go.
And I appreciate you again. And I appreciate all y'all. Like, I've seen some duck ass haters like, don't give him his platform back. You can't take no platform from me. Especially because the truth always gonna come to light. So you can't run away from the truth. And I'm an easy motherfucker to spot. So this is what happened. So number 2 gets hit, right? The head boss happened not to be there, but his best friend was there, okay? So I guess the pigs get on the phone with, the best friend gets him on the phones with the boss. And he's like, hey, you need to come here and identify these plants. This is an illegal operation. So I get the call, maybe while it's going down, right, from the boss. And he's like, I just got off the phone with the police. They're raiding the Arcadia spot. Now I'm tripping. I'm like, you motherfucker. I've invested so much money into this shit, and you're getting our spots raided when we were supposed to be legal. I wasn't hiding nothing, by the way. Everybody that knows me on social media, I was on Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram showing my live legal grow. Okay? Understand that. And I know you people seen that shit because I was proud. I thought it was legit. You know what I'm saying? So he gets on the phone with the pigs, and again, this is documented. And he says, I have nothing to do with Arcadia. That's my daughter's site. So pigs want the daughter now. They interview the daughter over the phone while they're still ransacking the spot. And the daughter's like, we're running a legal operation. The same thing his best friend said too. We're running a legal operation. To our knowledge, nothing that we're doing is illegal. We have paperwork to prove it. Now that I know about this whole case and I read through everything, now I see that they had someone to get the paperwork, that they had someone to get the cars, that they had it planned out. So, and I didn't know that at the time. I've just assumed that we were doing illegal business. You know what I mean? I invested, I'd go in. So now they've interviewed the best friend and the daughter, and both of them said it's an illegal business. So I go out to the third grow, which was pretty much the first one was all of ours. The second one was supposed to be number 2's, the best friends, and the third one I was supposed to overlook. So I go out to the third one and I'm like, I'm not going to jail or getting busted for this shit. So I shut off the power. We had a big power box. And they were only this big, they were a month in, 3 weeks in. So I shut off the power box. So I'm cool, everything's cool. For 5 weeks. Power had been off. These motherfuckers are slumped, dying. I wasn't talking to the 2 dudes. And I said, I just get home from the gym. It's like 11:30 in the morning. And I hear, Chandler police, come out. I'm like, what the fuck? So I open the door. There's 100 of them there. I'm like this, They're like, step outside, who's in the house? Now I had, rest in peace, my brother, Tax Free was living with me at the basement of the house that we were at. I had another man that you know from OTS that was with me. I had I had WMP, I had my circle, you know what I mean, my people, my brothers. And they pulled me outside and they're like asking me about each one of them. And I said, they have nothing to do with this. These people come to my house, because at the time I didn't know what they knew. I just knew that they were there for the grow. You feel me? So I said, they have nothing to do with nothing. This is my house. My name's on the rent. Whatever this has to do with, leave them out of it. So the cop was like, okay, I respect that. So separates all of us, pull me off to the side, but I'm only this far away from my guys, so we can hear everything we're saying. You know what I mean? So I tell the cop, I say, I got all the paperwork. He said, I heard there's an illegal grow here. I said, I heard what had happened. I said, you can go check it. It's in the back house. I had 2 houses on the property. I said, it's in the back house. You can go check it. I said, power's been off. I've been hearing about all the shit that's been going on, so I just shut everything down. He goes, okay, cool. He goes, I don't want to break anything. You got a key. I said, I got a key for you. He was good. So I give him the key. He goes in the back. He goes, let me see your paperwork. I go, cool. I go over to the wall within 10 feet inside the back where my paperwork's at. I unclip it from the clipboard. I hand it to him. And it's this thick. I mean, it's probably about 60 pages. So, and it's signed, documented, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I hand him everything. He says, we got to take you in. We got to talk to you. So I'm like, cool. I'm operating under a legal business from what I knew. But see, now what they didn't know is that I knew that the other spots got hit. They probably assumed, but they waited 5 weeks. You know what I mean? Because all of his family members that were the staff, they never said nothing about me. So I fucked up and pretty much caught myself up because cell phones. When the power first went on at site number 3, we were proud. So I took a photo like this with all the babies behind me, like 60 something babies behind me. And I sent it to him in our group text. You know what I'm saying? The whole family and everyone had a group text. That's where I fucked myself, because I wasn't ever brought up except by the 2 top dudes. But the whole rest of the family members and staff, we were cool. They always respected me. They were real cool. You know what I mean? They never brought me up in none of the paperwork, as you could saw. You know what I mean? No one brought my name up. But I took that photo. So we go in, they sit me in the little room, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm legal. Like, I'm legal. You know what I mean? So it was a short interview. It wasn't too long, maybe like 30, 45 minutes. And I told him straight up, I said, to my knowledge, we're running a fully legal operation. I have the documents to prove it. And he said, the reason why I believe you was because the daughter, the ex-wife, the best friend's father, all said the same thing. My ex-wife, the people on my side that they interviewed. I mean, when you're dealing with a pathological liar and they're telling you how legal something is, I'm talking all the way down to the detail of going on to the DSHS webpage when I had a concern and knew exactly what section to go to overwrite my concern with why it's legal, or a gray area, which is still legal, okay? So, short interview, everything's fine. They let me go. I'm like, cool. He said, it's up to the state if they want to file on you. I said, cool. I don't hear anything for a year. Now, meanwhile, the rap legend from Sacramento comes out here. We click up, and I mean tight, every day together. He was renting my other house, like tight brothers. You know what I mean? His kids call me uncle. So, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Original gangster rapper. So, I start hanging out with him, tough, and he's around somebody, okay? And that somebody, should I say his name? Mm-hmm. Okay, so that somebody is known out here for being a snitch. I read the paperwork on Instagram live at one of the homies' house. Those of you that know us know who it is. His brother's been doing time for a while now. So I read the paperwork, I blast him. But before I blasted him, mind you, I was hanging with Sebo for about 3 months, and he was always with this dude. You gotta edit that out, my bad.
Yeah,
and he's always with this dude, right? So I had been hit up by a couple of people because they saw me on Snapchat in the studio with these guys, and they said, hey, dog's no good that he's with. Well, one of them I highly respect, and he's from Park South, and I really highly respect him, and he's a great dude. And even through all these falsified lies, he's always rocked with me. He knows the truth. So he hits me up and he says, I'm at the gym with the rapper introduced me to, that's always with, that vouched for him. Because after I had been asked about dude a few times, I said, is dog straight? And the legendary rapper was like, I put that on my life, he's straight. He's another rap legend that was killed on Jack Street from the Bay's blood family. So I'm like, okay, he's solid, okay. So everybody knows me, I'm a gym body, I boxed for years, I like to do that type of shit. So I turned around and I'm in the gym with all my co-defendants from the first case that hadn't been filed on yet, right? Except one, except W&P. So I'm on Snapchat showing us working out, right? And the dude that the legendary rapper had brought, I had started getting wind, I'm getting calls about my snaps, seeing him. And when I got the call from the respected dude that I really love and respect, he was like, dog ain't no good, I'm gonna get you the paperwork. I said, I'm not gonna say nothing. Now mind you, it had been a year since I got raided over the trees, okay? I hadn't heard anything yet. My phone was tapped for 45 days. When I met the legendary rapper's friend I had only known him about 3 months, so about a month and a half in. Now, my phone's tapped, but they hadn't notified me yet. They haven't dropped the letter off yet to notify me, right? And they have 45 days. So, I'm talking on my normal line because I'm not thinking, I'm not saying anything, nothing, you know what I mean? I'm on my normal phone, not no apps or nothing. And I'm like, dog ain't no good. And I'm at the gym and he's behind me pretty much. And I said, should I ask him about it? Or he goes, bro, I'm gonna get you the paperwork. So for about 3 days that goes on, and I'm just acting like everything's normal. I didn't let no one in my circle know. I just was acting like everything's normal, right? Well, by then, dude has already been to the mansion I was at. We'd already smoked blunts together. Like, I thought he was the legendary Sony. You feel me? So, as my phone's tapped, we're working out one day, and someone comes in on a tour of the gym. Now, mind you, I've been working out at this gym for like 4 years. So I know everybody there, every member, every staff member, everybody, right? So this brother comes walking up, maybe mid-40s, gold, straight, like, gold teeth, like where it's outlined. Tattooed 300 on his neck, Diablo down his arm. Like hella gold, bro. Had like Nipsey gold on, right? But short chain, but thick. So the legendary's friend turns around and goes, that's the homie. We're at the bench presses. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah, he looked like an OG for sure. He's wearing Jordan suits and he got the square Louis Vuitton glasses on that got the LV in gold on the side. They're like the black square frames. He wears those, right? Got a bald head. So he welcomes in, the legendary friend welcomes me into the circle. So dude's like, now introduced to all of us, right? My circle of people that are all from out of state, living down here, that I helped move down here to help me work on the legal biz. You feel me? I told them, like, I'm changing the game. Move from LA, move from Seattle, move from Oregon, and come be here, and let's work. You know what I mean? This was the goal. This is the plan. So now the brother who I got introduced to at the gym, all of us did, is now at the end of our session when we go smoke the blunt in the EOS parking lot. Now he's there, and he's got a blunt, and he's tapping, and everyone's smoking, and everyone's shooting the shit. This goes on for about maybe 2 months, maybe like 10 weeks, right? Well, the OG brother, seeing me and seeing how I was training these guys. I worked in the gym. I was an NASM personal trainer. I did this shit. Apex certified nutritionalist. Like, I did this shit. So I know what I'm doing. So I'm teaching these guys. So the OG brother starts coming to me and being like, hey, I'll pay you $100 a week to train me from our slot. He goes, you don't have to make it personal. He said, just work out with me with the guys and do what you do for me for them. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? I'm with that. So now he's working out with us Monday. He's there Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But we're there Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11, right? So about maybe a month after meeting this dude, I done watched him play with his nose. I mean, on his own shit. I don't fuck with that. My boys don't fuck with that, you know? But I've seen him be like, and pull out a bullet, you know? And I'm like, so that kind of wanted me to keep my distance from him because I don't fuck with tweakers, right? So he's like, about a month in, us lifting, he kind of goes like this and pulls me aside. He's like, yo, man. He says, you know, I be pushing some G back and forth from Vegas in here. He says, I'm getting a black man price. I need to get a your skin color price. And I was like, bro, what's that mean? Like, you know what I mean? He's like, well, you know, I'm fucking with the essays and they want to tax me. So I want to see, maybe you could give me a better deal. And I said, look, bro, I don't fuck with that. I fuck with trees. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with no shit that's gonna ruin a whole neighborhood. You know what I mean? I just don't do it. So he was like, okay, leaves it alone. For a couple weeks. Then he comes at me and says that he's got a woman and they live in Glendale. They got a dog, a German Shepherd. You know, I'm starting to know about this guy now. He's whipping a white Mercedes C230, like a 2012 or 13 with the fisheye lens headlights, right? So all of a sudden, now that I'm training him, he got my number. Well, I don't really know, dog. I don't really know if he's gonna say something crazy. So I give him my number with Signal, with the app, right? Or maybe it was WhatsApp, but it was one of those apps. So he's like, he sends me a text out the blue, and it's like, we training tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, it's Friday, of course. He's like, okay. He's like, check out what I just bought. And he sends me a photo of a matte black Challenger. Not the brand new one, but like the first one that came out, you know, that 2010 or whatever it was, 12 or whatever it was, when it first, they rebrought it back. And it's matte black, and he does it like the essay, well, at least back home, and he puts the chrome plug-in all around the hood, all around the side of the door, all around the trunk, right? He paints the rims black, so it's like a gloss black with a matte black with these ugly chrome shit everywhere, right? Well, being in the gym with this dude, he's wearing Jordan jumpsuits every day, right? Like, and he's fresh. I'm talking Jordan exclusives, jewelry. I mean, dude's fresh. But the thing is he wears these Louis Vuitton glasses every single fucking day. These square frame glasses, right? So, and he's always either got a hat on or a beanie or his hood up, or now it makes sense to me, like he's trying to hide from people. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get to that. So anyways.
But you gotta get to that part.
Yeah.
That's what the people
This is where it's coming. This is what I'm saying. This is where it's going though.
Yeah, but,
you know?
but
so look,
so
look. Yeah. So look, so long story short, dude ends up hitting me up, says he needs some protection. Mm-hmm. So I sell him AR-15. And allegedly. And the same day said he needed some trees.
Hey, excuse me, brother. We having an interview, bro.
So turns around and you know, I asked him if he had an Arizona driver's license. He said, yeah. I said, cool. It's not illegal to sell guns out here. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta ask him. So I sell him AR-15. He gets some trees. And then that was on a Thursday. The next Friday, I messaged the circle. I hit everyone individually. I'm like, yo, 9:30, we hitting today instead of 9, right? I was running a little late. Everyone's like, cool. His message don't even go through on the app. It's just one check mark. So I'm like, that's weird, because he always, you know what I mean? So I call his phone, it just keep ringing because it's on the app. So then I call him from the main line, it goes straight to answer machine. I go into the gym, they arrest me. They run up on me. Guns, I'm with my cousin, little from OTS, I'm with him, right? And he's following behind me because he has something else to do. So as I back in, they whip up on us. So guns drawn and shit, I get out my truck, I'm like this. So they're like, pretty much saying, they didn't read me my rights or nothing yet, but they're like, you're under arrest, yada, 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 we're gonna take you in. I'm like, cool. I said, look, I ain't resisting nothing. I said, I know all these people that at this gym. I said, just cuff me and let's go, let's make this quick. They're like, all right, let's go. So boom, we go. They bring me into the room. again. This is a year later, 1 year later, okay, 2017 now. So late 2017. So I go in there and they're like, the fat dude that was from the year before that asked me about the legal business is like, this is some other shit. You're in some deep shit. I go, what are you talking about? He's like, this is some other shit, bro. And I said, let me guess, you caught up to the two dudes, because they had been on the run. They never got caught at the warehouses, just the one. But the second dude never got caught at the warehouse, so he's on the run, right? From what I heard, I didn't talk to him, you know what I mean, for a year. So I said, let me guess, you caught up the dude. He's like, nope, this is some other shit. I'm like, what? He's like, wait till the agent comes. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this about? So the agent comes in. It happens to be the same. Now he's a alphabet boy, but he happened to be one of the Chandler PD that was raiding my house a year prior, right? And him and I had words because he was being a dick, and I was like, I'm not under arrest. No, I said, get the fuck out of my house. You're being a fucking prick. Don't disrespect me in my crib. That was a year prior. So, you know, now dude's got a hard on for me. He wants to know why I'm living in a mansion, why I got 6 cars, why I had 15 guns. I'm legal though, I'm not a felon. So the dude comes in and he's like, what's up, PB? I'm looking, I'm like, do I know you? I didn't recognize him, he was in Chandler gear. He wasn't in his Chandler gear, he was in like, you know, slacks and a fucking button, a 3-button. So I'm like, do I know you? He's like, yeah, you know me. He's like, we'll get to that. I'm like, all right. So then he's like, he says, check this out. How well do you know Mo? I go, who? He goes, you know him from the gym. You sold him a bunch of ice and sold him a burner and he got caught in Vegas and ratted you out. I said, that's when I knew they didn't have me, because I said, I ain't selling nobody no ice. You're tripping. I said, I ain't selling nothing like that. He said, oh yeah? I said, nope. I said, you know what? I want my lawyer. He goes, this is when the tape starts rolling. He says, you're not in any position to make any demands, sir. I'm gonna tell you how it is. I'm like, what? He said, our dude that you sold that burner to is an informant. He's in prison and he's out right now informing people. He's a murderer. And I was like, what? He's like, yep. And he goes, and we noticed you a year before and we've been on you. And I'm like, bro, I'm legal. Like, what the fuck? I got 2 clothing companies. I'm a successful recording artist. I'm legal. He says, I tell you what, no bullshit. He goes, this is the way it's gonna happen. He goes, A, you work for us, or B, you're going to jail right now. He goes, I doubt you'll see a judge in 2 years. I said, so now I'm thinking, what the fuck do they have on me? What do they know that I don't know, right? And I already asked for my lawyer and they denied me. So this is what I did. I said, you know what? I'm gonna play this game with them. They lie to me all the time. Pigs lie to us all the time, so I'm gonna lie to them. So I said, what do you want? He's like, 50 keys a G or 20 keys a blow. Or maybe it was reverse. Mind you, I'd never been in that game before. I'm like, what? I'm like, bro, what do you expect? Where do you expect me to get that? I don't fuck with that. Y'all came to my house, y'all seen. I only fuck with trees. You didn't find nothing else in my house. He's like, I don't give a fuck, you're gonna find it. I said, look, bro. So now he's playing this, I'm the bully role, right? So I'm like, okay. So I played the lay down and die dog role, right? Now, so I said, I start playing dumb with him. They're not gonna find out if I snitch on you, if I snitch on someone, right? He's like, well, I mean, I don't know. And I said, and I'm playing dumb like, oh, bro, I don't do nothing. My wife makes all the money. He hears the laugh ground in the background because I done bought my ex-bitch 3 whips and a $15,000 ring. So I started playing scared because I knew I needed to figure out what the fuck they had on me, right? So I'm playing scared, playing dumb. I said, I tell you what. I said, I'll work for you, but you gotta let me go. Give me both my cell phones back. Give me my truck back. And my man from OTS is in the room next door. I can hear everything he's saying. He can hear everything I'm saying. The door's cracked this much on both of our rooms. I said, let him go with me. He said, well, he got driving on a suspended license. We're gonna let him go anyways. And I said, well, let him go with me. And they were like, and what? What are you gonna give us? I said, give me 2 weeks. Let me figure it out. I said, I'm gonna hit the streets and I'm gonna figure it out. He goes, okay. He goes, sounds like a deal. He goes, you fuck me, and I'm gonna make sure this hits the top of the fucking district attorney's desk. I was like, no problem, no problem. He's like, you're real good at talking. He's like, I see that you're real good at talking, you're real good with your words. He said, I've heard your music, it's incredible. He said, you're not just bamboozling me, are you? And this is what's not on camera that we had. So I was like, no, sir, I got you. They let me leave. I get in the car with my man. He's like, what happened? I'm instantly flipping open my phone. He goes, what happened? I said, these fools want me to snitch on somebody. He goes, are you? I said, fuck no. Are you kidding me? Do you know who I am? I have a reputation, bro. Everybody knows me. Everywhere I go, all over this map. Motherfuckers know me in different countries. So he's like, well, I'm just saying, we could get an essay if you need. I know someone that did it. And I'm like, bruh, I can't live with myself knowing that I put another man down. And I said, and on top of that, the paperwork will always come out. The truth always comes to light, period. He was like, I'm just letting you know I know someone that's done it before. So I didn't even think twice about that. You know what I'm saying? So I call my lawyer. I'm like, yo, I'm in some more shit. Now my lawyer is from the first case, and it's all of our lawyer, okay? We're all co-defendants at the time. Well, now I done cussed out the old boss and his best friend and their staff, so now he tells the lawyer, don't work with me. So now the lawyer hits me and goes, I'm sorry, I can't work with you, it's conflict of interest. You guys both will lose the case, everyone will lose the case. He said, I can't work with you, they don't want me working with you. I'm like, okay. So I call my man, who I thought was my boy, who's in jail right now, right? Who claims to be a heavy hitter, okay? You know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Light skin, you look like he's Puerto Rican. You look like Kevin Gates, okay? So I call him, I go, hey bro. And he knew about both times I got hit. I said, hey bro, I got hit again. I said, these motherfuckers got a hard on for me, bro. I said, I need a good lawyer. He goes, man, use my guy, he's the best. I said, bet, give me his number. To this day, he's still my lawyer, okay? So I'm like, bet, give me his number. So when I hit dude for the lawyer, I told him, they took my bread. They took all my money, my gun, they took everything except my cars. I said, let me give you my old school for like 20 bands. He's like, let's go. I'm like, bet. So I throw him the old school, I get my 20 bands. Put 10 down on the lawyer, right? So now, inside that interview, when I was playing the dead dog role, they're asking me, well, give us someone right now. I was like, who do you want me to, who should I give you? I don't even know no one that sells that shit. They said, I don't know, just give me a name. Where's it at? What location? I said, I don't know, out here? He was like, yeah, out here. I said, the South Side. He's like, you better give me some information or you're going to jail. I said, I don't know, bro. He said, he's a fucking heavy hitter. He's fucking on the run. I don't know what else to tell you. And he's like, okay, all right. Then we talk a little more and they let me go, right? Now, let me ask you something. Police said you're going to jail or you're going to tell on someone. Are you going to do what I did and try and figure out what they know about you and what they have on you and play the dumb dead dog role and do what I did? Or are you going to stay zipped, which is another way that I could have done it. I thinking back on it, I'm like, damn, if I would have went back, would I have done it different and just played hardball and been, who knows what the outcome would have been? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what they had on me. So a lot of people.
Hold on real quick. I want to interject there because I've watched these videos like a million times. And in the video, there's a part in the video where the officer says, like, we can create this world and we can do this and we can keep you out of it.
Yeah, they did.
And that's like troublesome for me.
It is absolutely troublesome for me too.
And there's also a part in there where you said, what can I do to have immunity?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And these things.
But bruh, let me ask you something.
Hold on.
Are you gonna lie to the police or are you gonna tell them the truth when you're interviewed?
No. I'm I'm not gonna say nothing.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. My wife just did 4 years in the Fed.
Yeah.
My wife just came home.
Yeah.
And my wife Discovery, when they raided my house, my wife gave them her ID. That's the only
That
thing.
was it.
That's her Discovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
She gave them her ID.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I can't really speak on. I'm gonna stay out of that part.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you did nothing.
Oh, I know I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
I know I didn't.
Because I've been going through the paperwork.
Yeah, I know I didn't.
Reading it.
No, listen, I welcome anybody from any state I lived in. Southern California, LA, San Bernardino, Riverside, Seattle, Washington, Arizona. Anyone, all my boys in all the other cities that still fuck with me, that I still fuck with, that I got love for. I welcome anybody to bring forth paperwork on me that says I set them up or that I snitched on somebody. I welcome everybody, and I want everybody to share this video. I want everybody to know about this. So I welcome everybody to come forth with my name in their case with paperwork. Please. All you're doing is helping me because you know what? It's been 2 years now. Those cases happened 5 years ago. Don't you think for those 3 years I would have been working for him? Come on, dog. Don't even. Now the jacket that got thrown on me, I watched this Snitch 9 interview and he's like, yeah, I admitted I snitched. Bruh, I did not snitch on nobody. I never set nobody up. Never. I couldn't live with myself. You think I'd come here today and tell you this? I couldn't live with myself. Period.
Right.
Now, the man that's in there, let me ask you something. Can I snitch on you if we have the same fucking lawyer? I don't know if that works or not. I don't know. That's a question that came to my head. Does that work? We have the same criminal defense lawyer on 2 different cases. He got caught up out of state doing whatever, right? With my guy who I just talked to from the one that allegedly caught them bodies. You know who I'm talking about.
Right.
From the business. I just talked to him yesterday. That's my guy. I love him for life. I met him at Rest in Peace Nightbreed. That's my brother, rest in peace. I met him through the studio. But that's what I'm saying. Like, so many people want to throw this jacket on somebody. Where I come from, you get killed for that shit. You don't put no jacket on no one and no paperwork. Every person I've ever said was a snitch, I provided paperwork. Or there's one person that I couldn't provide it because I waited too long. But my ex-wife and her child know about it and read the same paperwork, and we're not even together. Why would they lie for me? You understand? So, yeah, and you know what? It's funny too. Why is my interview conveniently edited, starting at 2 minutes and ending a minute later? Because the motherfucker that put that video out was either A, the pigs, and I'll tell you why, or B, my head co-defendant that in the paperwork ratted on all of us, his daughter, me, everyone.
So why do you think this narrative has been spent to where
Why do you think? Look at me.
It's just focused on you.
Why do you think, bruh? Bruh, look, when I first moved here, they called me FBI agent because I'm whipping a Hummer on 30s with a fucking Harley bagger. Bruh, I got money. I know how to get money. Everyone knows that. Everyone that knows me knows that. I come from nothing. I come from the gutter. So what happens when you come from the gutter and you rock pro wings through high school until you figure out how to get some money? You shine. So that's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. I just turned 37 in December. So I was called an agent when I first moved out here. Oh, that's probably the feds. I was called a rich kid. Oh, he's probably a rich daddy. Google my name and like, oh, he's from Havasu. Bro, my dad retired and moved to Lake Havasu 8 years ago. My birth certificate says March Air Force Base, San Bernardino, 1983. So motherfuckers have hated on me out here the whole time I've been out here. And guess what? The people that hate on me, I either looked out for them and called them family at one time and they owed me money, or they don't know me. They ain't never been around me. Or they're jealous as fuck. You see what I pulled up in? Come on now.
Aston Martin, what was that?
Nah, there's only 175. That's a Jaguar XKRS. There's only 175 in the nation.
Like that shit look
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not trying to be arrogant. I'm just saying it makes me so mad because this, look, what I'm gonna tell you, all in all, let me tell you something. I'm a God-fearing man, okay? I believe what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, okay? Now, I was praying after the first raid. I was praying to God every night. I was saying, God will cut my grass and reveal these snakes. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. Now, when these false allegations went on, my close people, they knew the truth. So they were like, we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Provide paperwork, we know what it is. Now, everybody else either took a side or they turned their back on me. So that was, in my eyes, God's way of saying, I'm revealing the snakes for you. Be careful what the fuck you ask for. Because God knows no limits. He gives you exactly what you ask for. So now, to this day, I'm more successful than I've ever been. I got more money than I've ever had. I only have real people around me. I got rid of all those fake ass motherfuckers. And let me ask you something, let me tell you something, one more fact, and this is noted too. Everything I say is the truth, bro. WMP, the only reason he was on that fuckboy song and the intro was because before these allegations came out, I'm talking like right before, like a week before, the head co-conspirator that snitched on everyone in the paperwork that you see, name starts with 2 A's, okay? He fucking was hitting my staff members up saying, oh, dude's a snitch, dude's a snitch, dude's a snitch, right? So my guys come to me like, bro, look what dude just sent me. Dude's a fucking clown, right? It's because when a motherfucker's a rat, they always point their finger at someone else so that their stench don't smell. Read the paperwork. He snitched on all of us, bro. And let me tell you one more thing. How come my 5, you know 2 of them, my other 2 rest in peace, 2018 and 2019, and my ex-wife, how come none of them are brought up in my paperwork? And why did I get 32 felonies? Because I took the charge for every single one of them. So when someone stands here and calls me a snitch, it makes me want to knock their fucking block off. Because I know what I did. And I ain't never snitched on no man ever. So all you punk motherfuckers that got my name in your mouth, you better watch it, because if I see you anywhere, it's either respect or stay out my fucking way.
We gonna let it at that. What you think?
I appreciate y'all.
Let us know in the comments.
Shit boil my blood, man. You don't put a jacket on somebody like that.
Hit the comments. Let us know what you think. We out.
Leave